Hi everyone, my name is Lisa and this is Lisa Makes. This is my channel where I talk about sewing, knitting, and anything else that I might be creating. Now, if you're new here, welcome. And if you're a follower of mine, do you even remember what I look like? I know, it's been forever, but I'm back now. That's what's important. And I have lots and lots of makes to share with you. And guess what? I'm sewing again. I know it's been such a long time, but this summer I was suffering from frozen shoulder. If you know, you know. It's the second time I've had frozen shoulder. I had it on the right side in 2017, and then it crept up on this left side. So thankfully, it's been a shorter process to get through it than the first time I had it. But if you've ever had frozen shoulder, it is incredibly painful and very, very inconvenient to say the least. And I couldn't knit. I couldn't knit because it caused even more tension in my shoulder. So if I can't knit, it kind of pushed me back to sewing, which is not a bad thing. You know, like I've missed sewing, and for some reason I just kind of got out of the habit. So this is a great way to get back in the habit. So I've made 4 things, and the first one I want to show you has to do with a new challenge that starts today. And you want to go over to Tomcat Stitchery. I'm sure you know Whitney. She's been around forever. I think she's probably been around just as long as me, if not longer. I feel like we both started around the same time, maybe. And she reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be part of this challenge. And I thought, perfect. This is the perfect way for me to jump back into YouTube. And I picked the very first day for that reason. So here I am. You can head over to Whitney's channel. I'll link her below. And she's going to give you all the details as well. But I'm going to give you a quick overview. So this is a challenge which is going to help you pick a piece of fabric that you desperately, desperately loved when you bought it, and you're a little bit nervous to cut into it, or a lot nervous, right? We all have that piece of fabric that we are just scared to mess up. We're scared to mess it up. So this is the Precious Fabric Challenge. It is called the Precious. Let me just double check here. So this is the Precious Fabric Challenge, like I said, and all you have to do is pick a piece of precious fabric, pick a pattern, create a wearable muslin, because we don't want to cut into that precious fabric and perhaps, not know exactly what we're making and exactly how it's going to fit. And then you can make up your garment and put it on Instagram. Use the hashtag PreciousFabric25 and make sure to tag Whitney in your Instagram photo so that you can be in the draw to get prizes. So the whole list of prizes is over on Whitney's channel, but I know for sure that there were many, including Helen's Closet, Ready to Sew, Seamwork, lots and lots of great patterns. So I hope you'll join in. So before I start, let me tell you what I'm wearing. This is the Zoe tank from True Bias, and I've made this a few times now. Such a great pattern, highly recommend. I made it from just a really nice ribbed jersey that I got from Meter, which is one of my very favorite fabric shops online in Denmark. I made a shelf bra for this, and there are lots of tutorials online, but essentially what you're doing is cutting out the top of your tank top again, and then sewing it together with the tank top and adding an elastic at the bottom. So I think you can Google it. It's really easy to do, but does it ever make a big difference at how much I wear this tank top, because I don't have to find something that's, that the straps are gonna hide and blah, blah, blah. I can just throw it on and it already has the built-in shelf bra. I'm also wearing this little skirt from Pattern Emporium. This is the column skirt, and I just did a hack where I made it shorter. I don't know how much you're able to see this, but I made it shorter. I'll add in a picture so you can see it full out rather than me trying to get up. It is so hot today still. It's like 27, 28 degrees still, and I had to turn off the air conditioning to start filming. So you're gonna see me getting more and more glowy as we go along. Anyway, even though I haven't been sewing a lot, one of the things is that because I've made so many garments that I love, I still wear Me Made almost every single day. Like, I would say 90% of days I wear at least one piece that's Me Made. So as I have developed this Me Made wardrobe over the years, I really find that I keep my pieces, I use them, and the more I put into finishing them and really taking the time, the more likely they're gonna last. So that's a really good tip. Okay, so here is my dress for the Precious Fabric Challenge. And the precious fabric that I used was Atelier Brunet viscose. And this is a viscose crepe. I'll link to it below. I bet you it's probably still available. And this pattern is a free pattern. So this is just the Sundress pattern from the Sewing Birdie. I'll link it below. I made this right before our trip to Milan. So we were going to Milan, and like any good sewist, I was like, I definitely need to sew something for this trip. And I bit the bullet and I did cut into this. Now, I did not make a wearable muslin. So do as I say, not as I do. But I did make this in a day, and I had to do a little bit of creative cutting because I only had 1.5 meters. 1.5 meters? No, I had 2 meters, but it needed a little more than that. I had to cut the back piece in 2. I only made 1 pocket instead of 2 pockets. And I could have done the straps, but again, like teeny tiny little spaghetti straps, I can't be bothered, especially in a viscose that's very shreddy. So I use this black elastic cording. The only thing I'll say, I'll put in a video of me wearing it. I would say the only thing is that maybe the elastic means that it's hanging down just a little bit too low. I don't know, tell me what you think. I think for a summer dress, you know, for a hot European summer, it's fine. Obviously, I'm not gonna wear this to work, or if I, you know, maybe I wear it with like a sweater over top or a shirt over top, but it's such a beautiful, beautiful fabric. Now, I made another dress in this fabric. I'll put in a picture. I can't remember the name of the pattern off the top of my head, but I will put that in for you there. And love that dress, but I found the orange color really shows the wrinkles. And it does wrinkle quite easily. So I was actually gifted this fabric from Nunoya, which is now a part of another fabric shop in Barcelona. So I'll link it up if you'd like to go there. But I find that the black doesn't show the wrinkles. And so I do wear this. I've worn this quite a bit already. It is very cool to the touch. This is a viscose that is an investment. That's one of the reasons, even though it was gifted to me, it was very precious because I have purchased this fabric in the past. Absolutely worth it. You know, sometimes a more expensive fabric is worth it, sometimes it isn't. This one, absolutely worth it. And yeah, I love it. So before I start with my other makes, I want to tell you about tomorrow in the Precious Fabric Challenge. So I want you to go and visit Sewn on the Tyne and Naughty Gnome, both channels that I know very well, and go over there, have a look, and at their precious makes that they are going to post tomorrow. Okay, next is also a precious fabric, but it's something I had already cut. In fact, I cut it 2 years ago. 2 summers ago, and I just found it and pulled it out, and I thought, I'm just gonna sew this up. So this is the wide strap maxi dress from Peppermint magazine. At the time I got it, it was a free pattern. I think now it's a pay what you can. And like I said, I already had this all cut out. And so I just thought this was a great way for me to get back into sewing, was just to like sew it up. This is the first thing I sewed up when I got back into sewing. And I'm gonna show you a video, so don't worry, but just to give you an idea. Again, pockets and a very simple design. Now this was also gifted fabric from Lady McElroy. I was supposed to make something from it 2 years ago and I didn't. Yeah, no excuse, just poor decision, poor time management skills on my part, obviously. But this is a great little pattern and definitely worth making. The only thing I would say is the straps are very long, and even like things I saw online said, careful of the straps, make sure that you cut them down and or like adjust them before you sew them. I didn't do that. They are definitely too long. I tried shortening them. I tried folding them over. They still fall off my shoulders. So when I get around to it, I definitely will open up the seam and adjust the straps even more. You'll see in my next make, I also have straps, and I did make sure to, you know, mark them. Actually, the last one too had a problem with the straps, didn't it? Well, that's just because it's elastic, you know, like the length of it is fine. It's just the elastic part. But yeah, just a great little sundress. This beautiful Lady McElroy cotton lawn. Again, I didn't cut into this for ages because I was like, oh, it's so precious. And, you know, I want to like make something really great from it. And also it's such a big print that I thought, is it going to overwhelm me? Should I just do a skirt, etc.? But actually, I think in the end, I just went, you know what? Just do a great big maxi dress. Just go with it. If it's going to be a big print, just go with it and make it big. So I'll put in some video of me wearing it. Sorry about that little phone malfunction, but we're better now. So yes, I'm going to put in a video of me wearing this so you can see it. And just a great little sundress. The other thing I thought to do instead of fix the straps is I might just put a little tie between the two and tie a bow. I actually have a sewing fail in this fabric that I had to make skinny ties for, so I actually have them. So I could just add them to this and then tie in the middle, and maybe that's the easiest thing to do. We'll see. Okay, now as I was going through all of my sewing stuff, I found an unfinished pair of black linen trousers, and these were the Riviera Trousets from, I think it's NH Patterns. I'll put them below. And I had started them in a really nice black linen from Ribas y Casals, which is a fabric store here in Catalonia. Really nice mid-weight linen. Well, what is the only thing I have bought in a shop, clothing-wise, in the last, I don't know, at least year, if not more, is a pair of black linen trousers. Literally the week before I bought them. So I didn't need black linen trousers anymore. So what I did was I turned them into black linen shorts, and then I had enough left over to do a little top. So let me show you. So these were the Riviera. Now the Riviera are tailored shorts, and I didn't want to take the time to, I wasn't interested in doing a fly or whatever, because I'm just trying to get myself back into the flow of sewing and enjoying it. And so I just want to do things that felt, fun and get things made up. Do you know what I mean? Kind of have quick wins. So little pair of black shorts, very straightforward, wide leg. I took the waistband that was supposed to be sort of sit on your waist, and I turned it in and added elastic. So they're a little bit lower waisted than they would be. And actually you can see it's a bit wavy here, and that's because the waistband was already interfaced. And so then when I turned it in and added elastic, it got a little bit stiff. However, with wear, and it's linen, so all it does is soften, right? With wear already, it's better, and you don't see the waviness when I'm wearing it, obviously. I did a little pin tuck down the front. That was in the pattern, and I just like that. It makes them look a little more upscale, a little more formal, and actually as they get a little bit wrinkled, because that's what linen does, I find that the pin tuck keeps them looking crisp still. They are a little on the longer side, Bahama length, even longer than that. I've noticed lately that that's a trend to have longer shorts, and I don't have any longer shorts, and I had some shorter black shorts, and I thought, well, what the heck, like I can always shorten them later. So I went with longer, and I'm actually loving it. I'm loving the look. They hit kind of just above the knee, so it almost gives you like a knee-length skirt type feel. And I also find that, like, in the summer, sometimes your legs sweat with shorter shorts, and with longer shorts in the linen, I find that like you're less sweaty. Yeah, I did not put a pocket, which was silly and lazy, frankly. But I have more of the black linen. I can add it later. I just wanted to kind of get something done. Okay, so I'm going to show you pictures in a second, because I want to show you the set that goes with. So what I had left over was enough to make this. This is the Josephine top, part of the Josephine set from Closet Core Patterns. This is part of their Crew collection, which is their membership site that I bought a few months ago. And so really cute little set. The pants that go with it I'll definitely make as well. They have like little buttons. They kind of have a sailor, I think this was inspired by like 1930s type thing. Very simple, but with really nice details, in that it doesn't take long to sew. Really quick win, but really nice details. So you can see here you've got a button panel here, a button placket here with a nice cutout space, nice thick straps. There's an interface, there's a facing. I did not interface the facing, even though you were instructed to. I think because in the past, I've got a couple of spare. It's amazing with linen, even when you do all the things to finish the edges, little threads still come out, eh? Anyway. I did not interface the edge because I had tried that a few times before, and sometimes I found it too stiff. So I didn't do it here, and it's totally fine. It stays where it's supposed to go. I understitched and it was totally fine. Now, this is meant to be a cropped top. I'm not huge on crop tops, and especially because I have a slightly longer body, I will often, if I have a fitted bodice, I'll add a centimeter. Yeah, I'll add a centimeter to it. In this case, because I didn't want it to be too short, I added an inch, 2.5 centimeters, and I would still say it's a little bit short. I would say I'm not getting enough wear to this because I can't just put it on with any pair of shorts or trousers or skirt. I have to have it on with something that's a little high-waisted for me. I'm not particularly into belly bearing, not my cup of tea. So, but with these shorts, it does work well. The other thing is, because it's the mid-weight linen, when it is very, very hot outside, mid-weight linen is just too heavy. So while I can wear the shorts with something like this on top, this I haven't worn a ton. But I feel like now that we're cooling off a little bit, it's like lows of 21, highs of 27, 28, I might wear this more. I can definitely see doing it in another color as well. I think I'd probably wear it more in a brighter color. So easy pattern, quick to do, highly recommend. Here's the video of me wearing the two together. I think they look nice and crisp, and I'm really going for taking my wardrobe to a place that feels like me today. That's one thing with the sewing, is some of the pieces that I've made, because I've been sewing now for you know, like sewing for myself probably for about 8 years, and now I'm 51. I feel like I kind of have entered a new phase of life, and some of the things that I made don't really fit into where my style is going now, and I want to evolve my style, evolve the way I dress. And so my sewing and my knitting are going to evolve with that. And so I want to make sure that now everything that I'm making fits into the next 8 years, you know, and that I'm going to continue to want to wear them. So I did let go of some handmade pieces. Just recently, I got rid of a bunch of clothes, and I did donate some of my handmade stuff just because I wasn't wearing it, and I'm trying to not hold on to things that I'm not using. So on that note though, that means that I have opportunity to create some things that are in my style for fall. I have some great fabrics to show you. And then I have all my knitting to show you from the last 6 months. I think I have either 4 or 5 finished objects to show you, plus a lot of plans and a few whips, not too many, but a few, because of my shoulder, I haven't been knitting. So I don't really have as many whips, but I do have a few on the go. Anyway, that is all for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you're new to the channel, I would love it if you would subscribe and see what I have coming up next. If you wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, it really helps the algorithm know that I'm somebody who, you know, can offer you guys something great in the sewing and knitting sphere. And being that I've been away for a while, I need to like knock, knock, knock on people's doors and remind them that I am here. Remember that for the Precious Fabric Challenge, head over to Whitney's channel today, and then tomorrow, Sewn on the Tyne and the Naughty Gnome. Remember to pick your own thing to make from your precious fabric and put it on Instagram with the hashtag PreciousFabric25, and remember to tag Whitney in there. I'm gonna put all the information for you below. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will be back very, very soon. Thanks for visiting. Talk to you soon. Bye.